Hello, I'm Kyle Finley. I'm the State Director for Nebraska MUFON, and I also work with the University of Omaha, Nebraska Paranormal Society, the Omaha UFO Study Group, and the UNO MUFON UFO Society. And today I want to go over using WaveLab Pro. Some of our community members use this to look at different EVPs or different audio samples we get from unknown sources. This helps you look at the different frequencies and such. If you're interested in either the paranormal or UFO in the Nebraska or Omaha area, you can follow us on those Facebook sites, UNO Paranormal Society or omaha.ufo.sg for Omaha UFO Study Group. And this is going to be the first pass for doing kind of just a brief analysis of different options using WaveLab, and it'll be updated in the future. This one here just allows people to kind of get the bearings on it. So if you first download it, you'll have to go into the WaveLab, go down to the executable, and run it. But the main problem will be that it's not, the license isn't activated yet, and so you'll get this error that'll pop up. So what you'll need to do is to go to Google and look up the e-licenser for the Steinberg group. Go to the Windows section if you got Windows, download that. Wait for it to download. And then it should have a executable. You have to run this and install it. And just accept any of the messages that it sends you. Go ahead and install. And then you can go ahead and start it. This is like a one-time thing. So once this gets brought up, you're going to go ahead and have it perform the maintenance tasks and update it or whatever. There's always more stuff to do with this. But once this is done, you shouldn't have to do anything with the USB key or even with the software. So once it's done, it's gone through its 6 steps. Just close out of this menu. And you can see it's got the WaveLab 10 Pro there. It's got the key, the licenses. You don't have to like move it or anything. Should be good to go. But what I found out is that if you go back in, go to the hard drive and go to the executable and try to run it again, it'll just sit there and it won't really go anywhere. So mine just sits here trying to load this for quite a while. So what you need to do is just restart the computer after you installed that the license, and then you can just open WaveLab from the hard drive, which I'll show in the next clip. So here I restarted the computer, just went into the thing and opened it up, and from here we'll continue the rest of this. So from this point on, if you've already installed the license key, you can just follow the steps from this point on instead of doing the software download again. So the first thing you want to do is you want to plug it in. It's going to have a USB key that has to stay with the hard drive in order for you to access it. So if you go in here, I have 2 audio files just kind of left in there to mess around with. We go down. I don't know if I can make that bigger. But you'll want to find the executable in here. You just double click that. And you'll have this little thing come up. If you just want to start an empty project, just hit OK. And then you get this window brought up. Alright, in this window, the first thing you'll want to do is probably open an audio file. So if you just go to open, it'll bring up a menu down here to look at stuff. You'll want to probably change this to all audio, all known types, unless you want to sort by a type that you want to look for. So I go over here, let's open this audio file. You can see we have some waveforms down here. We can switch the view to show the whole thing, so that's like a pretty long audio file. You can switch to spectrum mode, which kind of shows it like that. This wavelet mode, and this loudness mode shows all different kinds of things going on. And then, so basically you have three different windows, and then you have this top one that you can look at like the metadata. You can go through your file browser, metadata, whatever you want on here. It also has a spectrometer and a spectroscope. And those will just basically show different things when this is playing music. Okay, it's kind of loud on my end. So I'm going to go in the mixer, and I'm just going to turn it down a bit. And then also in this top right area, you have a whole bunch of different things. So you can do oscilloscope there. Now it's still very loud, even though I turned it down. Let's try this real quick. Okay, well, it's quieter on my end. Doesn't look like it's going through the speakers for whatever reason. Oh well, but that might be a good thing. So we can see the different things. You can switch level meter, loudness, live scope. And I can switch over to this one, the scope. If you want to see that, it shows the different levels. Alright, let's see what else I wanted to go over. So we have like the different views, loudness meter, spectroscope. I can switch to oscilloscope, loudness meter. And then the 3D mapping section. This is kind of like the main reason we got this. So in this bottom section, if you go to Analyze, you can click this 3D frequency analysis. And that'll give you a full 3D thing of your whole audio clip. So since this song is like a few minutes long, it's got, you know, quite a few samples across here, and then it shows the frequency going up on the right side there. So time goes from the top left to the bottom left, or to the center corner, I guess, on this thing. And then it goes, and then the frequency and loudness goes up the other direction. Loudness would just be how high the peak is on this graph. But this here's kind of the cool thing, cool function of WaveLab, is to be able to look at a clip. So if you want more in-depth analysis, you probably want a very short clip. If you just want to look like 10 seconds, you get more detail on this. Alright, so lastly we'll look at one more audio file here that I had an issue with. So if I bring this one up, I'll do the full thing. You can see there's some audio there. I want to click over and play it, and it doesn't do anything. And so then I'll try it again. It brings up this thing saying that the audio card input cannot be set to the sample rate of 1600 Hertz. Some of the possible causes. What I found is you can go over to the resampling section over here on the right. You turn resampling on. 44 100 Hertz, I guess, is the default. And then when I come back, I can hit play over here. And I don't think that audio will play on the output. It might come through some of my speaker, but you can hear there's like a dog barking. And there's some like more weird stuff, I guess, here at the beginning. but I'm guessing that won't come through. So anyways, that might be how you need to fix a resampling problem. Let's see if we can do, but yeah, for some reason this here still doesn't let me do the 3D analysis here. So I'll try to see what I can do for that. Alright, what seemed to work was I went to render, I just hit the start rendering button. Wonder if it'll do it again. Alright, well I already have one on there. So it rendered this, and then if I go back to the analysis, I do the 3D, this is the 3D analysis that comes up, where you can see the loudness spike kind of there in the center. Those are dog barks and some of the digital sounds that are in the audio clip. Alright, and this just to show the difference on here, if I go to the we'll render, it's upset, and do this. So this is a spectrum analysis of the unknown sound in that clip. And so looking at this, we could compare it to the spectrum sounds of the dog and see if it's similar. But right now it's looking like this is quite a bit different. So to end out the video, just to look at the clips from the previous audio segment I was looking at. On the right side, we have the full clip that shows mainly the dog barking, which is the loud peak and the few other peaks, and this is all. So the dog barking was around the 255 hertz, at least on this recording, and the unknown sound was at 115 hertz, that's in the yellow. We see some spikes in this other green section above it at 640 hertz, and then the teal is at 1440 hertz. So there you can kind of see the difference between, you know, when you're trying to identify sounds and how loud they are and what frequencies they're at. This is one of the possible uses of WaveLab. So thank you for watching this video, and make sure to follow us on YouTube or on Facebook at either the UNO Paranormal Society or Omaha UFO Study Group. Thank you.